Hello, it is August 11, 2023. This is Cancer Update 48. I am in round 3 of chemo and today is day 2. In terms of my overall symptoms today, I've had a relatively good day. So I've had no nausea, so I'm not feeling sick at all. And I've had no lethargy. So the no lethargy is probably down to the steroids that I'm taking. So as you would recall, yesterday I had steroids with my injection, and this morning I've taken a steroid tablet. So yeah, no lethargy, no nausea. What I have had today is what's called neuropathy. So you've probably had neuropathy as well whenever you've had pins or needles. So typically you'd get pins and needles if you whack your funny bone, or if you sleep with an arm in a funny position, you might get neuropathy. That's in a normal situation. What I've got now is one of the drugs that I'm on is oxyplatin. I'll just put down the formula to FOLFOX down here, and you'll notice that one of the 3 ingredients of FOLFOX is oxaliplatin, and one of the side effects of oxaliplatin is called peripheral neuropathy, or simply neuropathy. So what that means is I have a lowered threshold to pins and needles. And in particular, what sets it off is cold things. Now, what happened earlier in today was I was helping Caroline prepare some vegetables, or in fact, I didn't end up preparing the vegetables. I was hoping to prepare the vegetables for tonight's dinner with Caroline, and I got some cold carrots out of the fridge. And by the time that I'd moved the carrots from the refrigerator to the kitchen bench, my fingers were tingling like crazy, and I actually had to sort of throw the carrots down on the kitchen bench because my hands were tingling like they were on fire. And I knew straight away what it was. The doctors at the cancer centre had warned me about it, and I knew that what I needed to do was warm my hands up to a normal body temperature and the feeling would go away. But that is just to show you that the side effects, things like oxaliplatin, the side effects are real. But in a lot of cases, the side effects are manageable. And they're certainly not something that I think you should be fearful of if you are watching this video because you're going into a chemo cycle and you're at the very start. You will get a long list of things that they tell you that will be side effects. I want to let you know that my experience anyway has been that there are side effects, but there are countermeasures that you can take. And you certainly... The chemo staff are very aware of what the side effects are, and they give you good advice. So I was told, for example, to not drink cold things because the neuropathy is typically mainly on your hands and your feet, but it also occurs in your throat. So if I was to drink a cold drink now, I would have the effect of pins and needles in my neck, which just feels like fire. It really hurts. Of course, it goes away as soon as your throat goes back to a normal temperature. But the easiest thing for me at the moment is simply avoid cold temperatures. So when I drink, the drinks that I'm drinking now, I simply take them out of the refrigerator and I leave them on the kitchen bench. And I drink my apple juice at room temperature, and that's fine. If I was to drink my apple juice at fridge temperature, I'd get a throat of fire, and that's no good. So that's been my neuropathy. I'm just going to sit off to the side here and put up the definition that I've taken off the internet. So this here is the, I don't know whether to call it clinical definition. It's a definition I've pulled off the internet. I'll put myself over further to the side. So that is the definition there of neuropathy. So just to read it out to you: weakness, numbness and pain from nerve damage, usually in the hands and feet. And that's usually, I can tell you, in the unusual situation, like when you're on oxaliplatin, you need to include the throat. A common cause of peripheral neuropathy is diabetes, but it can also result from injuries, infections, and exposure to toxins. Symptoms include pain, a pins and needles sensation, numbness, and weakness. Treatments include antidepressants such as amitriptyline, pain medications such as oxycodone, anti-seizure medication, and pain-relieving creams. It's also important to treat the underlying condition. So that's the situation with neuropathy, and I am currently having a little bit of neuropathy. So there you go. The other thing I wanted to talk to you about today is this book. It's called When Breath Becomes Air. I have about 10 pages left in the book. I'm actually through the part written by Paul KALANITHI, and there is an epilogue written by his wife, Lucy KALANITHI, and I'm into the epilogue. I highly recommend this book. I'm not sponsored by them in any way. I'm not going to earn anything if you do or don't buy it. I do want to point out that this was a finalist for the Pulitzer Prize, and in my opinion, it is a deserving candidate to be a finalist of the Pulitzer Prize. It makes you think about many things, not just about life and death. It makes you think about, there's a bit of a discussion in there about religion and other really heavy life concepts, but he writes them in such a way that they don't look or feel heavy to talk about. So I do recommend it. It's When Breath Becomes Air by Paul KALANITHI, and I do recommend it. So I'll put a link to the Amazon URL, and yeah, enjoy. So that what are you doing here?
Whatever the I want. What are you doing?
I'm sitting here. I'm doing Cancer Update 48.
Who are those people?
Those people there. Those are my subscribers. I talk to them almost every day.
Really?
Yeah.
And they listen.
They do listen because they write comments. Well, because they care about my journey, or they're just interested.
Oh. Well, I don't think you're that interesting.
Is that right? Well, maybe I don't think you're that interesting either, you little.
Well, you. What's on your shirt?
Look, this is actually something I wanted to talk about. Thanks for bringing it up, Ted.
It's all right.
Yeah. So I'll just put my
You put your man bag at the back.
I'll put my man bag at the back. Yep. So look, this is a T-shirt that I bought from the POG family, and it's Be Kind and Make Good Choices, which was the catch cry of the POG family, in particular Sarah POG, and Sarah sadly passed away on the 1st of August. Yeah, I know, it is sad. And as it turns out, I think I definitely did actually. I ordered this before she passed away, and it's arrived after she's passed away. And Sarah was really, her main message to the world was be kind and make good choices.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's an interesting concept.
It is an interesting concept. So Ted, have you ever been kind and made a good choice?
Never.
Never?
Nah.
No?
That.
Come a bit closer, Ted. Come in, show us your, bring both legs in.
Oh,
Yeah.
tell me a story.
Yeah. What story do you want to hear?
About being kind and making good choices.
Well, for example, I'll tell you one that I did recently. You comfortable there, mate?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Just checking. Just recently, there was a sign up at Wireless Hill Park that was about the Noongar 6 Seasons, and it had been graffitied over, basically. Yeah, I know, it's pretty sad. It's actually in one of the cancer updates. I'll put the cancer update number down here, where I go and I clean the graffiti off.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah, I took some isopropyl alcohol and some methylated spirits, just in case. I wasn't sure which, what are they called? Which solvent would work, but I took both, and it turns out that isopropyl alcohol removed the graffiti pen.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it did. So look, that was my act of kindness on that day, and what I really liked about that act of kindness was, firstly, I don't know who's going to benefit from that act of kindness, because I don't know who's going to go to Wireless Hill Park and read that sign. The second thing I like about it is they are going to never know that I did that act of kindness to allow them to be able to see that sign without the graffiti there. So in both ways, it's true. Do you remember the word starts with an A? That means to help. Not that. Not. It starts with
Altruism.
Altruism.
Yay.
There you go. The word's altruism. I love it the way your eyes wiggle when you get happy.
And they make a noise.
They make a noise. Can I tell you a secret?
Uh-huh.
Do you know those times you've sneaked up on me in the bedroom?
Uh-huh.
I know you're coming to the bedroom when you do that. Do you know how
What?
Do you know how I know?
No.
It's because your eyes rattle.
Oh.
And you always go, and you laugh. That's it, see? You always laugh when you're sneaking up on me in the bedroom, and I always know you're on your way because I can hear your eyes rattle. I know, it's pretty cool, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Look, you've been lovely today. You've been not...
Thanks.
You're welcome. This is probably one of the nicest conversations I've had with you, Ted. So, I know, but you know what that is? That's an example of me being kind and making a good choice.
Oh.
Yeah. Now, I must...
Can I do something kind?
You can do something kind, Ted. Do you know what you want to do? Do you know what you want to do, or do you want some time to think about it?
I need to think about it. It's not really what I normally do.
Yeah, I know. All right. Well, that's fine. Will you give that some thought? What I do want to do just quickly is I want to talk about where I bought this shirt, because I bought it from the POG family's merch website, and I am going to post a link to that in the description to this video. But just to quickly say, it's not just shirts that the POG family sell in their merch shop. They also have covers for mobile phones. They've got some stickers. They've got hoodies. They've got the water containers for when you go exercising. They've got. Do you want to do
a water bottle?
Oh, is that? Sorry, that is the word. All right, that's good. And you know what these are?
Coffee cup.
Coffee cups. That's right. That's a sticker.
Oh,
What's this, Ted?
is it a hat?
It's a hat. It's a baseball cap.
Do they have? I could do with a new pair of overalls.
Do you know what you do? I wasn't going to say anything because it has been a thing for quite a while. But your overalls are.
Yeah, I've got a split in my backside.
Yeah, I wasn't going to mention that either. And
Do you want to see it?
I don't. So please do. Oh dear. Do you want me to show that to the camera?
Yeah.
Not really.
Oh, yeah, I'll
So Ted has a little boy pachina just down there. And Ted, look, if we can get you a new pair of overalls, we will. Come forward a bit, mate. Just come forward. Come to there. That's it. Just there, mate.
Something's sticking into my back.
Is there something sticking in your back?
Yeah.
Just give it a little itch. Give me a little bit of this, bit of up and down. Does that feel better?
Yeah.
All right, that's good, mate. That's good. Good for you, buddy. All right, mate. Now let's go back to what's on the POG merch store. They've got, now I know you've already said coffee mugs. I get that. The funny thing about this one is they've done coffee mugs in black. And apparently there were a lot of customers that were asking for coffee mugs in black. So they did one in black.
Oh, that was very kind of them.
That was very kind. And you know what? I dare say it was a good choice.
Yeah.
And you won't believe what's written on the mug. Be kind and make good choices.
Oh, what a
I
coincidence.
know. They've also got backpacks.
Oh, I like them.
You like that, do you?
Yeah.
Do you reckon you could, how do you reckon you'd go?
Yeah, my arms are pretty short.
Your arms are pretty short, but have you got the shoulder strength and that to...
Yeah.
All right.
What are you saying?
Mate, I'm not saying anything. That's I just
Could arm wrestle you if I had a full length arm.
and hands. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but look,
Maybe a thumb.
and and I dare say you'd probably, if you did do that, you'd probably give yourself 10 fingers, because I haven't got 10 fingers. I've got 9 2/3. Yeah. I do have this finger though, so that is rude. So we've got backpacks, we've got socks. Now this one here is one I'm actually probably going to buy from them. They've got neck gaiters. Do you know what a gaiter is?
Yes.
What's a gaiter?
You put it around your neck so you don't get sunburn.
You do? Do you know anywhere else on your body you might put a gaiter?
Well, yeah, because you're showing me.
Oh, sorry.
Ankles.
Yeah. Do you remember when...
So the snakes don't crawl up your pants.
That's right. I don't know, did Cassie tell you about that day that we went looking for MALEEFOWL nests?
No.
She didn't?
No, tell me.
Okay, so that would be 6 months ago, I think. Cassie and I went to Merredin for a MALEEFOWL count, and
What's a MALEEFOWL?
well, right. A MALEEFOWL is an endangered Australian flightless bird that is actually, the numbers are getting quite low on the MALEEFOWL. I will actually post a link to their website as well in the description of this video.
Okay.
And as part of the conservation effort, what they do is periodically through the year, they go and they inspect the locations of known MALEEFOWL mounds. Oh, now this is interesting, Ted. So MALEEFOWLs, they make a nest, but the nest is about 2 metres, nearly 3 metres across, and about 1 to 1.5 metres high. So we're talking about a huge nest. The bird itself, a MALEEFOWL, is only about this big,
Wow.
but the nest is quite massive. And what they do is they make sand mounds. So it looks like a volcano, to be honest, because if I look at a cross section, so if we put a cross section through here, there'll be an outer shell, an outer slope, an inner slope, and then the eggs get laid in the middle, and then the MALEEFOWLs put leaves over the top of that to keep the eggs warm, to incubate them.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's clever.
It's very, very clever, and actually it gets more clever because they need to keep the temperature of the eggs regulated. So if it's a really hot day, they will remove some of the leaves, and if it's a really cold day, they'll put more leaves on.
Mm.
So yeah, so they're really clever animals. The trouble is though, they're losing their habitat because of humans, and because of that, they've become endangered. So what Caroline and I did was we went out into the habitat and we counted the MALEEFOWL nests that were active, and we were in an area that was basically infested with snakes, and we did actually see a snake that day.
Oh, did you shit your pants?
I didn't shit my pants.
Did Cassie?
Cassie did not either. No, she was great.
What a legend.
Cassie is a legend.
Yeah.
I dare say you're going to say that a few times. We didn't get bitten by snakes. But on that day, I was actually wearing boot gaiters, which actually act also as snake gaiters. And I forget whether Cassie was or not. No, it was just me. Okay, I just had an intuition. I just remembered Cassie wasn't that day, because I know you don't know because you weren't there and Cassie hasn't told you
Well,
that.
yeah.
Do you like it?
I know.
How would you? Do you like it when I rub your leg?
It's a bit creepy.
It's okay, a bit creepy.
Yeah.
All right, that's fine. So look, in the POG merch store, they do sell neck gaiters.
Cool.
They also sell. Let's have a look. Pet t-shirts. So these are t-shirts for dogs and maybe a cat. I would say certainly a dog though. So you can have a dog shirt that on the upside says "Be kind and make good choices."
Oh,
It's pretty cool, isn't
I
it?
wonder if that would fit me.
I think it would need to be extra small,
Yeah,
but
I'm pretty short, aren't I?
look, compared to dogs, you're, how do I put this kindly? You're smaller than a dog. Oh, actually, no, I'm just thinking, I'm just considering objectively, you might be the same size as a miniature chihuahua. So there might be dogs that are the
A
same.
miniature chihuahua. It's
Yeah.
not small enough that it's just a chihuahua.
No, it's a chihuahua and then
smaller.
and then shrunk. Yeah.
Dolly.
Yeah, but they do exist. So there is that. So what else have we got? We've got pom-pom beanies. We've got normal beanies. We've got, I said hoodies already. Long sleeve shirts. We've got the women's flowy tank tops. There's V-necks. More of those. What did you call them? Exercise bottles.
It's just a water bottle.
Just water bottle.
Yeah.
Okay, just water bottle.
Just the name, the clue's in the name.
The clue's in the name. It's a
Yeah.
bottle and it's got water in it. Yeah.
That's
But
all it is.
my point is, if that style is one that you would take exercising, that's the one you would take if you were going out to the gym. It is. Do you know why? You've never been to the gym. That's why you're saying this.
Well, yeah, because I've got no hands.
All right, that you do make a good point. So look, that's what they've got in the POG merch site.
How wonderful.
It is wonderful. It is wonderful. And I believe that the money that they make from that, they are intending to spend on other people. So their whole purpose is to be kind and make good choices and to be kind to other people.
Oh.
So I think that's a lovely, lovely reason. Apart from the fact you're getting great merch, you're actually giving it to someone that's going to do something wonderful with that money.
How nice.
It is really, really nice.
Oh.
Yeah. So we probably should wrap up this video now. So do you want to say goodbye to everyone out there? Is there a message or anything?
I'd like to say...
Hang on, let me give you... I'll come in for a close-up one. All right.
I'm a bit nervous.
Yeah, come on.
I'd like to say, if you haven't tried it before,
Yeah.
be kind and make good choices.
Fantastic. Sarah Pog would be so proud of you right now, Ted. Thank you very much.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye, everyone. See ya. Bye. Get out of shot, Ted. It's not your turn, mate. It's not your turn. And just remember, I'm going to talk about neuropathy, then I'm going to talk about the book. And get your ass out of here. Get your ass out. I need to get started.
It's not a fucking vagina.
It's a vagina.
It's a vagina.
Yeah.